Sportball, guys. I'm here. I'm Justin. Thanks for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about the NFL playoffs. They're starting up this weekend. We now know the 14 teams that are in. I'm going to give my quick predictions. As you know, I did a prediction at the beginning of the year, predicting who I thought was going to win the Super Bowl. I had the Bills over the Vikings. One of those teams is in the playoffs, not looking as good as everybody thought they would, but they're in the playoffs. The other team, my Vikings, obviously are out. But basically, I'm going to go through the first round, predict who I think will win every first round game, and then tell you kind of what I think is going to happen from there. We'll go ahead and jump right in here. We're going to start off with the AFC. I'm not sure why I chose AFC first, but we're going to go with the AFC. The first game, you have Pittsburgh versus Houston. Pittsburgh being the home team. Houston might look like the better team right now, honestly. Pittsburgh barely making it to the playoffs on a last-second field goal that was missed by Baltimore. Pittsburgh got to win their division, got to get a home playoff game. So it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people do pick Houston to win this game, but I am going to go with Pittsburgh. I just think Mike Tomlin is a great coach. As much as I hate Aaron Rodgers, I do think, he can win a big game. So, yeah, I think Pittsburgh can beat Houston. Then you have Buffalo going to Jacksonville. So Jacksonville coming really out of nowhere to win their division. Didn't really start the season off that well. Finishing the season, though, wonderfully. Buffalo looks good at the start. I don't know what's going on with them now. They're not looking as strong as I thought they would. And this might be Josh Allen's only chance to win a Super Bowl, I think. You got no Patrick Mahomes. You got no Joe Burrow. You got no powerhouse team. There's no team that you're looking at saying this is a great team. So this is Josh Allen's best chance. If Josh Allen does not win this year, if the Bills do not win this year, I don't think he ever gets a Super Bowl. I think we'll be talking about him and Dan Marino as the two best quarterbacks to never get a Super Bowl. Now, granted, something could change. Maybe, they have a big change in the front office with the head coach in Buffalo, and he pulls one out. Maybe he gets traded, such as Matthew Stafford, and ends up getting one wherever he goes next. But you got Buffalo going to Jacksonville. After saying all that, and after having Buffalo predicted at the beginning of the year to be my Super Bowl champions, I don't believe in them anymore. I'm actually taking Jacksonville to win that game. Big shocker there. I know, super shocking, but I think this is the year of the surprises. So I'm just going to keep the surprises going. The last first-round game in the AFC, you have the Chargers at New England. I actually think this could be the best of the three AFC games in the first round. This was kind of somewhat of a little bit of a rivalry, I feel like, in the early 2000s because they were both really good teams. But the Chargers, another team that I think is just squeaking by to get into the playoffs, finishing second in their division. Obviously, Denver getting the number one overall seed, winning the AFC West. I was correct on the Chiefs not winning the West this year. I'm going to take New England to win that game. I think Drake May should be the MVP, and I just think New England's good enough to at least win a home playoff game. I don't think New England's that great this year. They have had kind of a weaker schedule, but I still think they're good enough to win a home playoff game. So I'm taking New England to win that one. So my three AFC winners in the first round are Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, and New England. Let's jump over to the NFC side. Number one overall seed, Seattle, coming out of nowhere. Sam Darnold, back-to-back years with 13 wins. Yeah, maybe the Vikings should have kept him. I know they don't really have the money, and he wanted a lot of money, but maybe they should have kept him. NFC was up in the air also till the last day of the season. We're going to go through the three NFC first-round games here. You got the Rams at Carolina. Carolina with a losing record gets in not because of their game. They lose Week 18. They get in because of another game's outcome. So they get a home playoff game against the Rams. I'm taking the Rams to beat them, and I actually don't even think this game's close. I think the Rams might blow them out. Sorry, Carolina. I don't see. Last time they were in the playoffs, the losing record, they won. I don't see it happening this time. Next up, you have San Francisco at Philadelphia. So Philadelphia at home, defending Super Bowl champions. They've kind of slowed to the finish line, decided to rest their starters in Week 18, even though they could have possibly gotten the number 2 overall seed. But I guess maybe they're okay with the number 3 overall seed. But they're playing San Francisco. I think San Francisco beats them. I really do. I think San Francisco probably has the best coach in football right now, Kyle Shanahan. I think the dude's unbelievable. I know Brock Purdy. I know they've got a lot of injuries. It was supposed to be a down year for them. I predicted, I think, a down year for them. But I just think Philadelphia is going to regret not trying in Week 18. I think that's kind of karma. Like, they should have tried. They should have tried to win. Maybe this is also just me not liking Philadelphia. I don't know. But I'm taking San Francisco to win that game. The third and final first-round matchup in the NFC, Chicago at home against Green Bay, the NFL's oldest rivalry, I guess. I hope that both teams lose. I don't really like either one of them. I'm still shocked that Chicago is in the playoffs. I can't believe Chicago is a 2 seed. The way Green Bay is played, I can't believe Green Bay is in the playoffs. But the crazy part is Green Bay, I could picture them making a run if they weren't the 7 seed. But I do think Green Bay goes into Chicago and pulls out the win. So I'm actually taking all 3 road teams in the NFC to win in the first round. I do think Green Bay goes into Chicago and wins. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't know. Maybe I believe in Jordan Love a little bit. Maybe I think the Bears are just, like I said, how are they there? I know Ben Johnson apparently is a great coach, but I still don't believe in Caleb Williams. I just don't believe in the Bears at all. I actually think they might be, out of all the home teams in the first round, out of all 6 home teams, I think the Bears might this might be the worst. Like, they might not lose by a lot, but they might look the worst out of the 6 teams. Even though I think the Rams beat Carolina by a couple of touchdowns, I think Carolina doesn't look that bad. I think Chicago might look bad, and Green Bay pulls out the win. So let's go to the second round. Second round, I'll have Denver versus Pittsburgh in the AFC. Denver versus Pittsburgh. I'm taking Denver to win. I think Denver is good enough to win a home playoff game. I don't believe in Denver at all. I'm shocked that they're the number 1 seed. I do think, but they got a good coach, and I do think they're on their way up. Bo Nix has actually been a really good quarterback. They're just another team where I think they're at home, so they're going to get the win. And Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers can only do so much. That team really, honestly, is not that good. Maybe they get blown out, and maybe Mike Tomlin is gone. Maybe, possibly. Who knows? But I'm taking Denver to win that one. Next up, I got New England at home against Jacksonville. Who would have thought that this would be a second-round playoff game at the beginning of the year? This is a game where it's Trevor Lawrence. Is he going to become what he was supposed to be? No, I don't think so. I think New England just beats the crap out of him. I think Drake May says, it's my time. I'm here. I'm the man now. And basically, I think this kind of just makes us all believe in Drake May, makes us all believe in the Patriots again. The dynasty is back. So I'm taking New England to beat Jacksonville. Let's go over to the NFC second round. I got Seattle at home against Green Bay. As I said, I think Green Bay could make a run in the playoffs if they weren't the 7th seed, because they have to go to Seattle, which I think is the toughest place to play in football. Even though I don't know exactly how Sam Darnold is going to do in the playoffs. I don't know how well he will do. But I think being at home, I think Seattle is going to pull out that win. I think that could be a super close game, maybe like 21-18 or something. But I think Seattle pulls out the win against Green Bay, again, just because probably they're the home team. I think at this point, home field advantage really matters once you're in this round of the playoffs. So I'd take Seattle over Green Bay. And then the other game is going to be the Rams at home against San Francisco. I guess home field doesn't matter as much in this game. A division game, it's crazy because I got 3 of the NFC West teams in the Final Four on the NFC side, but I'm actually taking San Francisco to go into LA and win. I know that's not really – Rams don't have that great of a home field advantage, and it's not that far from San Francisco, but I just think the Rams are a little too inconsistent. And also, at this point, I'm just saying maybe this is San Francisco's year. Maybe this is the year they finally get over the hump, the year that they have all the injuries, the year that they're not even supposed to be here. Maybe they get back to the NFC title game. So the AFC title game, I got Denver at home against New England. May versus Knicks, 2 young quarterbacks. I'm taking New England to go into Denver and win. I don't see any way. I guess I just can't pick Denver to make the Super Bowl. It just doesn't seem right. In 2026, it does not seem right that Denver makes the Super Bowl. And I just think Drake May, like I said, is that dude. He should be the MVP. I think he finds a way to help them win. I got New England going to the Super Bowl. So I do got an AFC East team going to the Super Bowl. Beginning of the year, I picked the Bills. Now it's the Patriots. In the NFC, I have Seattle at home against San Francisco. Two NFC West teams battling it out. I think this game could be really interesting. This could be one of the best playoff games. And again, I just think maybe it's San Francisco's year. I'm taking San Francisco to go on the road to win again. San Francisco is going to win 3 road playoff games to make it to the Super Bowl. Why? I don't know. I just sometimes maybe you just cheer for chaos, and maybe that's what I'm doing. But I take San Francisco making it to the Super Bowl. So I got New England versus San Francisco in the Super Bowl. As much as I want to pick Drake May, as much as I want to pick the Tar Heels, as much as I want to pick the guy that should be the MVP, I just think New England might be like a year or two away from being that team. And again, I think maybe it's just destiny that San Francisco wins this game. I think Kyle Shanahan finally gets that ring that he should have had as an assistant coach, should have had as a head coach. I think he finally gets one. I think Brock Purdy becomes one of those quarterbacks where it's like, that dude has a ring? Okay, awesome. And this is just going to be one of those years. So I'm taking San Francisco to get the ring. I don't know. The score is probably like 22-15, maybe something like that. I know it's a weird score, but maybe 21-15. We'll go 21-15 or something like that. I don't know. But I do 20-16. Somewhere in that range. They win by like less than right at a touchdown. But yeah, I'm taking San Francisco to be your 2026 Super Bowl champions. Sportball guys, I'm Justin. Y'all comment down below. Tell me how wrong you think I am. Tell me how crazy you think I am. I don't know. Also, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Do all that stuff. We're on the Podcast Hell channel on YouTube. Appreciate you watching. Until next time, check you later.